Welcome to the Be Mindful podcast. I am your host, women's mindset and manifestation coach, Rachel Rosal Torrio. If you are interested in manifestation, personal development, or spirituality, you have came to the right place. This podcast was created with the intention to help you become mindfully aware of how you think, what you speak, and what you believe, because who you are from within is what you will attract from the out. Let's begin. Mic is on. All right, let's get started. Hi there, beautiful soul. Welcome back to the Be Mindful podcast. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about detoxing, letting go of things that no longer serve us so that we could step into our best versions of ourselves as we go into 2024, and you could just show up as the next level you. So if you have been around for over a year now with me, you will know that last year in 2023, I did create an episode very similar of this, and it focuses on things that I was letting go of in 2023. So this episode is going to be a little bit similar, but of course this year has came by and I have learned other lessons. So I want to share with you what I'm letting go of this year, what I'm detoxing from, and I'm also going to share with you things that I am currently going to continue working on so that I can just continue improving. Now, before we get started, I do want to share with you two exciting things. One, I just released a hypnosis and it's called Manifest Your Biggest Dreams. I am so pumped about this because it's so powerful. I had my husband listen to it. I had a couple friends listen to it and they are so in love with it. They love what I have provided in it. I make sure that you are feeling those emotions, you are visualizing it. And if you are new to hypnosis, I just want to let you know that hypnosis is not some type of voodoo thing. It really is a self-development tool and it can really help you. It can really help you change your life because we are tapping into your subconscious mind. If you want more information on that, check my show notes and you can get the recording yourself. But if you want to know how you can get this hypnosis completely free, then you want to join my giveaway. I just posted it today. Check my Instagram. My Instagram is in my show notes. I'll probably add it somewhere on the screen so you know where to follow me. All you have to do is follow those rules, and then you can get chosen to win not only my hypnosis recording, but you'll also have a chance to win a journal. One of my manifestation journals, it doesn't matter which one, doesn't matter what color, but you get to choose whatever you want. On top of receiving the journal and the hypnosis for free, I also want you to choose a friend that you think deserves the journal and also the hypnosis. The reason why is because this is the season of gift giving, and I think it would be really cool for you to be able to gift this to someone else too. So if you're interested and you want to win both of these, check my Instagram, follow the rules, and good luck. So the first thing I want to share that I am letting go of this year is multitasking with everything that I do. I've noticed a pattern where I will start working on something and then I'll think of something else that I need to get done and then I'll start working on that. I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, but I do that not often, but there are moments where I definitely do it, especially when I'm trying to like clean something or organize my room. Sometimes I'll focus in one area and then I'll notice, oh my gosh, that area is so dirty. I want to do this, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll start working on that and I'll look over and the other portion is like not even done yet. I would bounce between my projects sometimes. And this is when I felt very overwhelmed or felt like I wasn't getting things done fast enough. But when you multitask, it actually doesn't benefit you at all. It can be really stressful, honestly. Our brain was not made to multitask. So my goal is to really work on being more present with my projects. I think I've done a better job at doing that, but I want to be even better, even if it's just like folding my clothes, if it's just cleaning or organizing, to just focus on that one thing and not worry about all the other things that I need to get done. If you can relate to this, this is your sign to just focus on that one thing. Go back to one of my episodes where I talk about time blocking and really use time blocking for that specifically. And when you're able to set time for one thing only, it really does release less stress because you're not you don't have your mind going in a million places. So that is one thing I'm definitely working on letting go of so that I can be more productive, even more intentional with my time. And I think that's the thing that I really, really worked on this year. And I'm glad that I learned about myself so that I can pivot and respond differently. Another thing that I am detoxing from this year is social media to a certain extent. Because obviously, I love to post little snippets of this podcast. I love to show up and share photos of my life. I still love social media. And I think if you have the right intentions and you are following people that do not trigger you, that maybe motivate you, you love seeing them on your feed, then that's where you're using social media in a healthy way. But personally, I think my screen time can definitely be less. I don't need it that much. I don't need to be on as much. And me being a full-time employee where I also work on a computer all day and then I go back and then I work on a computer again for my business, it's a lot. So I think that limiting that has really helped me when I do have less screen time. It's also just healthy for us to reconnect with nature. That's the one thing. We are so used to being in a society where we're on our phones, we're watching TV, we're on a laptop, on an iPad, whatever it is. So sometimes we rely on that instant gratification, being able to click into different links and buy something so immediately. That's just normal. Sometimes it's nice to kind of just slow down for a bit, step away from your phone, step away from all of your electronics and just be there, be present with Earth. What I've found is just going back to nature always, or going outside in general, or moving my body is what helps me, and just putting social media to the side for a second. So less screen time. I don't know who else needs to do that, but if you find your hours like on your phone that's popping up and it's like many hours, then maybe that could be a sign for you like, okay, I don't really need to spend this much time on my phone. I could be doing other things that I do actually really want to do. I could focus on my passion, whatever you want. Like, life is so short and there's only 24 hours in a day. So if you're finding yourself being on your phone too much, then let's stop that. Let's let go of that this year. Another thing that I'm detoxing and letting go of is being too hard on myself. This is, I think, something that's just going to be a work in progress forever. But every year I find myself improving. But what I mean by being too hard on myself is, okay, let's say I'm working on something and didn't come out the way that I wanted it to. Sometimes I just go at it and like, instead of saying positive affirmations, I can be kind of mean to myself. And I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to put myself down and tell myself that I'm dumb or I'm not good enough. I do have my moments like that. I'm not perfect. I will never, ever portray that I am perfect and like I don't have those down days, because I do. There are definitely times where I have those moments and I have to like check myself. So for example, there's a show that me and my husband just started watching recently. It's called Based on a True Story. So if you don't know what it is, I highly recommend you look it up. It's like a comedy where this husband and wife want to create a podcast about murderers and like how they decide to do it and pick their victims and all that. And basically, the example I want to share with you is there are many moments before they decide to start this podcast where the husband is putting himself down, just calling himself a loser and that he's not enough. I think he even says he's not worthy, something like that. Those are a lot of moments I used to have when I was younger, where I would get so mad at myself for not being better. And I still have moments like that sometimes where I'm just being so hard on myself. And that is what I'm trying to let go of completely. I want to be able to just stop myself before I say anything mean about myself and then just pivot and be like, okay, I'm worthy. I can do this, whatever I'm working on, and just move forward. Because when we talk badly about ourselves, we are creating spells. Words are literally like spells. So whatever you say about yourself and you wholeheartedly mean it and you're saying it with emotion, you are literally spelling yourself and in a negative way if you're putting yourself down. So if you resonate with this at all, I want you to stop doing that, because we don't need to put ourselves down. It's not worth it. It doesn't move us forward. It only holds ourselves back and it diminishes our confidence in ourselves. So that is what I am working on letting go of, not being so hard on myself, not putting myself down if I am struggling, because no matter what, we are going to reach challenges, but we won't have the best time getting through that challenge if we're just putting ourselves down. So, reminder, be kind to yourself, okay? The next thing that I am letting go of is being a little too nice to other people, like kind of like a people pleaser. I don't think I'm a people pleaser, but I am too nice where I give people too many chances. Used to be. I'm not saying I do that anymore. And I noticed that this year I kind of just put the foot down and set boundaries, was like, you know what? I am so done with allowing people to just walk over me because I am so kind. I really am. Like, I'm not the best person. I'm not the perfect person. If I mess up, I will admit that to you. I will communicate with you and I will try to talk to you if there's something going on between us. Now I'm like, sometimes it's not worth it anymore, right? So I'm not saying to not give people second chances depending on what they did, but what I am saying is to stand your freaking ground. Know your worth. Know who can have the ability to be in your life, honestly. That is something that I have learned the last few years. And when I started letting go of people that no longer were supposed to be in my life, the right people came in. I haven't been any happier. I am super grateful for the people that are in my life, and I'm super grateful for the lessons. And for those who are no longer in my life that maybe I have cut ties with, like, I only still want the best for them. That's all I want for other people. And I think it makes sense to just allow people to come and go, because maybe not like always come back. Allow people to come into your life, and some of them just be lessons, and then let them go if you need to. So this is just a reminder. Stop being too nice. Stop being a people pleaser and stand your ground. Do things for the benefit of your mental health and your own happiness. As long as you're not harming other people, then screw it, right? Do what's best for you. This is your life. So no more being too nice, okay? No more people pleasing. We are letting go of that and stepping into 2024 with a new energy of confidence and knowing who you are and who can be in your life. So we talked about a few things that I am detoxing and letting go of in 2023. And now I want to talk about the things that I'm going to continue working on so that I can just keep improving. That's pretty much everything that I'm working on detoxing and letting go of in 2023. And now let's talk about the things that I want to continue doing so I can continue improving. I thought it'd be great to share this because what if this helps you? So, the first one I want to share is just tracking my finances, because I have been so good at this. I'm definitely not excellent. I am not a financial advisor or anything, but I have found finally what has worked for me. And every single month now, I know exactly how much funds are going in and out. I know exactly how much is being paid towards debt. I know exactly how much is going into our savings. I think I've definitely put myself in a better position because I have chosen to just know where my money is going. I just know being in your 20s, especially when you start to make money, you want to spend it on everything because that's actually your money now. But the one thing that my parents have always told me is to make sure that I'm saving for my future. So saving for my retirement, for example, I've always had a 401k, and now I also have a Roth IRA, and now I also have a savings account that is just constantly growing, which is freaking awesome. I shared that in my last episode. So if you're interested in getting a high yielding savings account that's just going to keep growing, check my show notes because there's a link there so that I can refer you to. But anyways, I just want to remind you that tracking your finances are so important. So if you want to buy something for yourself, you can do that. It's totally possible. If you want to save for something like a home, which me and my husband are doing, you totally can. Understanding the way that you approach finances, like understanding how you spend every month. Like, what are you spending more on? And do you want to continue spending more on that? Or do you want us to continue spending less in that area? That's where I feel like I am getting better at, and I'm going to continue so I can just learn and improve more in 2024, because we are going to make that bank, okay? We're going to make that bank together. The next thing I'm going to continue working on is having weekly focuses. I noticed that this really works for me. Either way, I'm going to get things done and I'm going to go for my goals, but I need to do it in a way that works with my lifestyle and that doesn't affect my mental health negatively. I wanted to understand my personal flow and see, okay, how long does it take for me to record? How long does it take me to edit? How long does it take for me to make sure I post everything on all the social media platforms? And that way I can pivot and add another project on top of that. And how can I do that in a way where if I do have a client call, I still have time for that? So I have chosen to make sure that every week I have availability for client calls at specific times, but each week I'm focusing on a different project. So, for example, the first week can be podcasting. I'm focusing on recording and editing and getting that posted. And the second week can be regarding my hypnosis recordings. That's what I've been working on. And I have been switching off each week to see how my flow is going. And honestly, that just works for me. Some people switch off between days, but that works for me. Having a one thing to focus on throughout the week. That way I know I'm getting things done every single month. I'm hitting my goals. And if I need to speed up things a little bit, I can. I could pivot. So I wanted to share that with you because I think it's a great technique that's really worked for me. And if you have many different goals, maybe you could do that. So each week within the month, you can have your focuses. And then let's say you use one week where it's kind of just like brainstorming so that when you go into those specific weeks, you're ready to go. I personally love it. So if you try it out, please let me know. Another thing I'm going to continue working on and also need to improve on is setting more time for quiet time. I notice when I don't set time for quiet time, that's when my anxiety is a lot higher. This quiet time can honestly just be listening to a meditation or just reading or listening to a hypnosis. I personally don't really like just sitting there in complete quiet. I know some people can do that and they say that's like really healthy, but it just doesn't work for me. My mind kind of goes everywhere. And my quiet time is, well, the ones that I just listed. So if I'm able to kind of just decompress my mind for even like 10 minutes, that's honestly all I need. Of course, there are other times where I'm able to be more present and like decompress, like going to the gym, for example. That's a great way for me, or going on a walk with my husband and our pups. That's really great for me. But being still for just like 10 minutes and like not worrying about any tasks to work on, that is what I need more of when I go into 2024. So we're going to work on that. And the last thing that I really, really, really need to improve on, and want to share this with you, especially if you're in your 20s too, or older, because this is, sorry. This is beneficial for everyone's age. And my husband is like the best person to motivate me to do this because he does this every single night without hesitation. It's stretching and foam rolling. If you don't have a foam roller, that's totally fine, but you should stretch. I'm saying this because as you get older, it does get a little bit harder. Your body gets a little bit more stiff, especially if you're not moving your body as much and you're someone like me that sits at a desk all day. Yeah. Highly recommend stretching. It's just so good for your body. I also feel so much better every time I do. So I am going to continue working on doing it every night before bed. That's when my husband does it. He has been so consistent. Like, I don't even know, but I'm going to try it and I will let you guys know how that goes in a couple months. But I recommend you try it too because you're just going to get older and you're going to get stiffer. So stretching is just so beneficial anyways. Sorry, I lied. I do have one more thing that I do want to continue doing and I've been loving it. I don't think I need to improve on it. I think I got it down, but it's having greens daily no matter what, even if it's eating the greens or drinking the greens. I am not really like a salad type of girl or really care for vegetables. I mean, I'll eat it. I definitely will eat it. But I really love smoothies. I love fruit drinks. So every single day, pretty much, me and my husband make a green drink. And that is pretty much our first meal or with our first meal. I feel like the healthiest I have ever been. I don't force myself to eat. I don't starve myself. I eat intuitively. I eat when I'm hungry, and I don't count my macros or anything like I used to. I feel like I'm in a really good, healthy state. And knowing that no matter what, I am getting greens in my body honestly just makes me feel really good. All right, beautiful soul, that is the end of today's episode. If you enjoyed this, please don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you are watching or listening in. And just a reminder, if you want to win a free manifestation journal and my free hypnosis to manifest your biggest dreams, please join my giveaway. Check out my Instagram. And again, if you win, a friend of yours can win the same thing along with you. I want to give this back, especially around Christmas time. I thought this would be such a fun giveaway. So good luck to everyone that joins. And as always, don't forget, be mindful, because who you are from within will attract from the out. Bye, guys.